The live-action adaptations craze is in full swing, and it's not just Disney jumping on the bandwagon. Universal is pulling out the big guns with several projects, including a bold, full-length remake of How to Train Your Dragon. At the helm is none other than Dean DeBlois, the director of the original animated trilogy. Dean announced back in May that filming has officially wrapped, which means the hype train is about to leave the station. Most of the filming took place in Northern Ireland, a spot that feels like it was tailor-made for the film's rugged Viking dragon world. With its sweeping landscapes and brooding skies, it's practically begging to be the backdrop for this epic story. However, don't expect the movie to go full gritty realism. While it's a live-action, DeBlois and his team are staying true to the more simple vibe. So if you're hoping for a Game of Thrones type aesthetics, prepare to be disappointed. This is a different kind of fantasy, something looser, more whimsical, and minimalistic. The world they've crafted is less about intricate realism and more about capturing the spirit of the animated movies, with villages, weapons, and armor that feel deliberately simple. Turning a beloved franchise into a summer blockbuster is a high-stakes gamble. Let's not forget, the original trilogy wasn't just a hit, it was one of the most successful series in industry, amassing a massive fan base worldwide. Naturally, fans are going to scrutinize every frame, comparing it relentlessly to the original, but DeBlois isn't just slapping a live-action filter on the first movie and calling it a day. He's promised that this remake will not only stick closely to the storyline, but will also dive deeper, adding scenes and entire character arcs lifted from Cressida Cowell's novels that didn't make the cut the first time around. The co-creator of the franchise, Chris Sanders, recently opened up about his thoughts on the upcoming remake, and he didn't hold back on what it takes to successfully adapt an animated classic. In an interview with Screen Rant, Sanders admitted that he's got some mixed feelings about these kinds of remakes. He pointed to The Lion King as an example, a film that stuck so closely to the original, it replicated entire scenes shot for shot. While he appreciated the dedication to the source material, he also noted that the remake didn't really offer anything new, but at least it stayed true to the original spirit. Sanders' comments highlight a major challenge for any remake, especially for one as beloved as How to Train Your Dragon. The new movie's success will hinge on how well it walks that tightrope between honoring nostalgia and pushing boundaries. He suggests that while fans will want to see the characters and moments they know and love, the adaptation has to bring something new to the table. Simply rehashing the original won't cut it. The real test will be whether the remake can offer a fresh experience, one that makes its existence feel necessary in the first place. In Sanders' view, there needs to be a compelling reason for turning an animation into live action beyond just cashing in on name recognition. For him, one of the major draws could be the ability to add visual depth and cinematic scale that simply wasn't possible in the era of animation. Giving the story more dimension and realism might lead to something truly captivating, but only if done with purpose. He believes that this kind of thoughtful evolution between the original and the remake could result in something genuinely exciting. That being said, Chris Sanders fully backs director Dean DeBlois, his longtime collaborator who co-directed the original Dragon trilogy with him. With DeBlois at the helm, the producer seems confident that the live-action version is in good hands, but whether it can strike the delicate balance remains to be seen. The upcoming remake is sticking close to the plot of the first animated movie. At its core, the story is about Hiccup, a young boy from the Isle of Berk, which is plagued by constant dragon attacks. In Berk, dragons aren't just a nuisance, they're the center of Viking culture, where dragon slaying and training are badges of honor. One of the most beloved aspects of the franchise is its vast array of dragon species, each with distinct designs and personalities. Of course, Toothless and Night Fury steals the show, but other fan favorites like the Deadly Natter, Gronkle, Thunderdrum, Monstrous Nightmare, and Hideous Zippleback all play pivotal roles. Fans are especially excited to see how Toothless will be brought to life in the remake, hoping the filmmakers capture both his fierce power and his adorable charm. With Universal's big ambitions for the project, it's safe to assume the budget will be massive. The visual effects need to be top-notch because the dragons are as much the stars of the show as the Vikings themselves. Expectations are sky-high and the challenge is clear. Remake not only has to meet the incredibly high bar set by the animated trilogy, but it also has to wow viewers with its portrayal of these dragons, making them feel real, yet keeping the magic of their animated origins. Given the success and straightforward nature of the original, it's unlikely that Dean DeBlois will veer too far from the winning formula. The film will probably follow the same basic structure, playing it safe to retain what made the original such a hit. And with the franchise's huge fan base, the live-action adaptation has every chance of becoming Universal's next box office hit. So far, casting updates have looked promising, and studio's commitment to getting this right is evident. Jay Baruchel, who voiced the animated Hiccup, even sent his best wishes to Mason Thames, who was set to portray Hiccup in live action. Baruchel's support shows a nice passing of the torch between the voice of the original Hiccup and the new franchise star, signaling confidence in Thames to take on this iconic role. Fans are hoping Thames will live up to the legacy while bringing his own fresh take to Hiccup. With all the pieces in place, this remake has all the makings of a blockbuster hit. How to Train Your Dragon is set to release on June 13th, 2025. Whether it can live up to the legacy of the trilogy remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, come 2025, Berk and its dragons are going to take the big screen by storm once again. Subscribe.